Okay, so I'm just going to start and just go for it. Okay, welcome to our bite-sized, delicious, yum, 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 pieces of Wednesday goodness. We're back.
For a little nibble.
So if you didn't know, our little Wednesday yum-yums are just us answering questions, just one question, giving you an answer so you can hit the road running. And today's question, Mia, I'm going to hand it to you.
Why is this taking so fucking long?
Like the podcast? Because like we've only just started or?
We turn it off now. No, business, success, money.
I would like to answer this one because I'm really fucking passionate about it. Because I think what's happened, certainly in a space that we're in, we've seen those that have come into this world, maybe off the back of digital marketing, off the back of master resale rights, off the back of maybe the affiliate marketing boom that certainly happened on TikTok and things like that. You have been potentially lulled into a false sense of security, which is online business takes a long time. And if you haven't made 6 figures in under 12 months, you're shit. I just want to clarify that and be like, nah, bruh.
This shit takes ages.
Hey, you're not shit. This stuff does take time, and it doesn't take time for everyone. And those that have had success, we are not devaluing that at all. All we are doing is answering something that is taking time is actually a good thing.
Yes.
Because we can, hand on heart, say there would be probably 5 or 10 creators I can actively think of now that were massive when we started our joint business together. Now, I've been in this space for about 10 years or so, and Mia's been here for about 3 years. But actively, our business, when it started, I can think of 10 people that I have not seen them because they came in the digital marketing boom. They earn a shit ton of money. They've either gone on and done something else, and that's fine. They've burned out. They haven't actually learnt the skill. Because what happened, especially with the digital marketing boom, if we really want to talk about that in that last 12 months of master resale rights, that wasn't always something, and I could be speaking out of turn and hate me if you want to, whatever, but I'm going to say it. It didn't actually teach the digital marketing skill set. What it did was it taught you to be a good salesperson. Those that made big fucking money, you were a salesperson because you sold people the dream. You sold people, this works for me and it can work for you. No, you don't learn digital marketing in 24 hours. Some people are like, oh my God, I just bought this course and now 48 hours later, it's changed my life. You should buy it. That's a digital marketer. Yeah. So no shade if you had success with that, and no shade if you bought that product. Fuck, we bought it. We added it into our process because we could see that it aligned with what we did. But we've since moved away from that because it didn't align once we kind of got in there. But in saying that, those people that came through that with us, we offered them our coaching for free for months because we knew if that's what they wanted to do, that's fine. Everybody needs a chance to get into this. But what we then wanted to do is be like, okay, now you're here and you've got this. Let's actually teach you. Let's actually support you. Let's actually show you what you can do with that skill set and how you can transform that.
And then it actually takes time to build an audience, a business, a product, solve a problem, all the things. And I think TikTok's that kind of thing where you just see little snippets of people's success. And I mean, there was a lot of people lying about income claims and all that sort of stuff. You just don't know. And you don't know how long they've been a content creator before, how long they have run other multiple businesses before. Like you just see that this is day one of my digital marketing journey. Oh, I made $6,000. And it's same with me. Like before I got into UGC, yes, I was very, knew nothing about content creation. I had spent 5 or more years prior trying to make other businesses work, building websites, getting products. It didn't happen overnight for me, even though it may have looked like that on TikTok because this is day one of my UGC journey or affiliate marketing journey, what have you. There was other stuff.
Yeah. I think if you're having that feeling of why isn't it working for me, there are things that you can do to help support you to get there. And that's one thing that certainly we love to teach our students, because although we say it's not easy and it's not quick, one thing that we do know works is UGC. Like we do know because we have hundreds of testimonials of people that have no following, that have not really created content before, or have an existing business that is going nowhere, that's like, I need some money or I'm going to have to go back to work. So then they've done UGC and they've implemented what we've taught them. And now they're in a position where now they're making some money so they can kind of have a bit of a breather and build their bigger thing. And building the bigger thing, building the personal brand, building the bigger vision, that's what takes time. And that's what was skimmed over in this whole digital marketing boom. So,
yeah. And do you want to touch on shiny objects for a minute? UGC, it's not a shiny object in the sense that it teaches you fundamental skills from proven strategies that are going to help you in your business long term. They are skills, if you want to be in this digital marketing space, they are skills that you will take with you forever. So it's not necessarily this shiny object that's going to take you away from, your ultimate goal. It's going to make it easier and quicker, and you get paid along the way. There was a very good TikTok from Alex Hormozi, and he was talking about how long and hard it is to build a business. And a lot of people have this false sense of how quick it should take. And they try a business model and they go at it for 6 months and they're like, oh, this is hard. It's not working. I'm going to go over here. And then they jump to the next thing. And then they start from square zero again. They do it for a while. They see other people succeed in this different business model that's going to be, this is the one that's going to work for me. And then they get 6 months in. It's too hard. It's not working. I'm going to go to the next one. And every time you do that, you're 6 months behind. You're 6 months behind. Whereas if you had just understood from the very first business model that you tried that it's going to take time and I need to stick to it for a long period of time for it to actually work. And so jumping from thing to thing, shiny object to shiny object, you're going to go nowhere. But at least with the UGC is the skills, they're not shiny object skills. They're fundamental.
It's kind of like an apprenticeship for marketing. You're basically getting paid to learn big scale marketing. You're getting paid to understand how to brand. Like in doing UGC, for example, coming from a brand and marketing standpoint, you need to understand the brand. You need to understand their ideal customer. You need to understand what it is you like about the product and how you could sell that to someone else. So you're learning a fundamental foundational skill set that you can bring into your own business, that you can then help you to articulate your brand message and your audience structure and who they are and how to sell to them and what to say to them and your messaging. Like all of that is brought in. So it's basically like an apprenticeship for marketing.
And also some of these bigger brands that you potentially will be working with as a UGC creator, the founders of those brands have probably been at it for years to get their messaging right, get the product right, get the website, build the audience, all these things take them years to get there. And you come in as a UGC creator and you get a back end look at all this stuff that they've done to get where they are now. And, just the other day, I went to a brand to get some of my feedback on one of my campaigns that I worked with them with. And he gave me access to how much money they've spent on the ads.
Thank you.
How much money they made. I wasn't expecting that. He just gave me all of it. I'm like, oh, fuck, rightio. That's a lot of money that you spent on that ad. But it gives you, if you build these relationships with these established brands who have probably been at it for years and years and years, you get an inside look and you start to understand it's a lot of work to get there. And it does take a lot of time. And social media has a funny way of, you start to compare yourself to other people and other brands because it looks like they've had overnight success when really they haven't.
Yeah, exactly. And so I suppose just to touch on the other shiny object as well, we won't keep this episode long, but just the other shiny object part is even the amount of people that I've seen over my time, they do one course and they don't quite get through it and they haven't quite nailed that yet, but then they're like, oh, but that one might be better. So they'll do that one when really the stuff that they needed was already in the original one to start with. They just haven't done the uncomfortable part of doing the work or creating the content. So always trying to find the next little puzzle piece. Just if you take action, that's what's going to move you forward. That's what's going to help you understand, oh, now I really do need support here. Or, maybe I just need to, get another UGC job to fund the next part of this. Or maybe I just need to concentrate on UGC for 6 months to get myself up and running and moving and going. And then I'll be able to concentrate on my business or whatever that looks like. Because even in that process, I think, we spoke about this recently, Mia, there's conversation around UGC takes up a lot of time. And that's true. It can take up time. Yep. But if you go to work and you leave work at 8:30 in the morning and you have to get your kids to school, to OSH, then you have to pack everybody's lunch and do all those things and then put them in after school care and then drive to your job and then drive home and then come back. That also takes time. And sometimes a UGC job can pay you better than doing that entire day's process. So just keeping that in mind, I think as we are entrepreneurs, yes, these things can take time, but what is the bigger thing you're working towards? And that might help you understand, okay, the time's worth it. I'm going to put in this time now because the other side of this is exactly what I want.
Yeah. And when you get that feeling of my growth isn't happening quick enough, everyone else seems to be succeeding quicker than me, just remember that everyone's journey is different. They've got different prior experiences and building an audience online take a lot of time and figuring out your audience and solving a problem for them and testing and all the things. It's not easy and it takes a long time.
So stick at it, buckos.
Shit podcast. There's so many good ones too.